Drama as axe falls on Cele and host of big-name ANC cadres. Cape Town, a big cabinet shake-up is on the cards following several ministers in parliament getting the chop on the ANC's list of candidates to serve in the 400 members National Assembly. Police Minister Bheki Cele, Social Development Minister Lindiwe Zulu, Employment and Labor Minister Thulas Nxesi, Minister in the Presidency responsible for women, youth and persons with disabilities Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, Minister of Public Service and Administration Noxolo Kiviet, Minister of Defense and Military Veterans Thandi Modise, and International Relations Minister Naledi Pandor are among those whose names did not appear on the list. This comes after the ANC lost 71 seats in a dismal election performance. The director of the School of Public Leadership at Stellenbosch University, Professor Nxesi, said the ANC's performance in the general election made it clear that there would be a huge shake-up in the National Assembly as they had a large number of members in the sitting. Ndevu said some of the ministers or members of parliament were not effective enough. It was bound to happen that we would see new faces from different political parties in the parliament sitting. I don't think these changes will affect the operations on the National Assembly in the country, Ndevu said. On Wednesday, Action SA President Herman Mashaba and National Chairperson Michael Botmont announced that they would step back from Parliament to focus on the growth of the party, while Ethel Turolef, a former leader of the official opposition in Parliament, will represent them in the National Assembly. Freedom Front Plus's Walter Winand Vessels said, "The FF Plus is confident that we have qualified and experienced representatives who will take up our seats in the National Assembly and the NCOP." Build on South Africa, POSA, said it would be represented by Musi Maimane and Nobuntu Hlazo Webster. Gayton Mackenzie's Patriotic Alliance PA, formed 14 years ago, made its parliamentary debut in May, receiving 330,376 votes, which is 2.06%. Reacting to the results, Mackenzie said, "Today PA is represented in local, provincial, and national government. We are a force to be reckoned with. No one is laughing anymore. The laugher didn't stop me, and it should not stop you in your dreams." The National Colored Congress NCC, led by Fadil Adams, will gain its first seat in the National Assembly, securing 0.23% of the national votes. Writing on Facebook, Adams said, "We have proven that politics doesn't need millions. Now we need to prove that small parties can stop corruption." After winning an outright majority in the Western Cape, the DA meanwhile remained mum yesterday as to who will be part of Alan Wende's provincial cabinet. Wende is expected to remain the premier of the province, along with Tater Seamers, who is the leader of the DA in Western Cape and also the current MEC of Infrastructure. Sharna Fernandez, the former Social Development MEC, retired earlier this year and left a vacant position that will need to be filled. The Premier, like in 2019, will announce his cabinet within a day after all members are sworn in, and he has taken his oath as a Premier, said Seamers. Nationally, the ANC continued with coalition talks yesterday. Ambrose Duplessis, lecturer at the Department of Public Administration and Management, University of the Free State, said it remains to be seen how the ANC will deal with internal ANC factions and external multi-party charter enemies. With the latter's public mission statement to unseat the ANC, we are already sitting on the brink of distrust. Police Minister Cele bows out at 72. Bheki Cele has thanked South Africans for allowing him to lead them. Police Minister Bheki Cele, who is set to vacate his position as an MP, has thanked South Africans for following him to lead them. Cele is among ANC leaders, including Social Department Minister Lindiwe Zulu, Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi, and Defence Minister Thandi Modise, who are set to lose their cabinet posts. The names of these seminar ANC leaders do not appear on the list of people going to the 400-seat National Assembly after the party's dismissal showing at the polls reduced these seats from 230 to 159. In the previous election in 2019, the party had won 230 seats. The people of South Africa have given me the opportunity, and I thank them for making me a minister, which I think is 1 point below the president. So, I'm always thankful and grateful. If they have seen that you have done your job and they have put you there, and you tried your best, and the time to go must come, you have to reason to kick the dust. There is a time to start and a time to end, and if the time to end has arrived, I must go home, rest and do other things. Life has got many other channels. It is not the end of the road, he said. Cele, who was speaking on the sidelines of the handling over the forensic LCRC vehicles on Friday, said he was not born a minister and accepts that his time to be a minister has come to an end, adding that being angry does not help and he feels no entitlement to be a minister at all costs. When I came from my mother's womb, I was not a minister. I was just me. Even when I was growing up, I never thought I would be a minister. There is, therefore, nothing wrong to going back to being Cele, he said. Cele and members of his team took part in the handing over vehicles to detective and forensic services of the police as part of efforts to improve the response time to crime scenes by crime scene experts. The event was also attended by National Commissioner of the SABS, General Fani Masemola, and Deputy Police Minister Cele Matale, who presides over the handing over of more than 130 vehicles to the Criminal Records Center, units responsible for linking suspects to crime scenes through evidence collection and analysis. Cele warned his men and women not to misuse the cars for their own pleasure. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.